Hi, my name is Jack, and here is my presentation about the Hansel and Gretel fairy tale. So on this slide, some background information on Hansel and Gretel is the oldest written version of Hansel and Gretel was published in Germany in 1812 by the Brothers Grimm. The children being abandoned was inspired by the Great Famine in 1314 to 1322. There is no known number of versions in the story. There's a movie called Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, which came out in 2013, and Brothers Grimm first heard the story from Dorchen Wild and Castle. Here is the core story of Hansel and Gretel. It's a great video. You should watch it. It's a little funny as well. So version 1, Hansel und Gretel from Germany. The children are abandoned in the forest because of a famine. They find a house made of gingerbread and candy with an evil witch inside. The children start to devour the house and the witch lets them inside. The witch puts Hansel in a cage and forces Gretel to cook for Hansel to fatten him up. They trick the witch into the oven and leave with her treasures. Version 1 similarities and differences. Similarities: there's an edible house, there's an evil witch with her treasures, children shoved a witch into the oven, children get reunited with their father, children were abandoned at the start. Some differences are children are named Hansel and Gretel, children are abandoned by their stepmother, and it was the first written version of the story. Version 2 is Baba Yaga from Russia. So it starts out with a girl named Natasha who was lost in the forest and stumbled upon a hut. Natasha knocked on the door and asked for directions. The witch invited her into the house and then locked her in and forced her to clean her house. Natasha waited till the witch was asleep and gave a bone to the dog. She then gave cheese to the cat, and Natasha was able to outsmart the witch and escape. So some similarities with Baba Yaga to other stories are the witch enslaved a child, the witch forced the child to work, the witch lived in the forest. Some differences are there was only one child called Natasha, the witch lived in a hut on top of chicken legs, and the witch forced Natasha to clean. Version 3, Nanillo and Nanella from Italy. The children are abandoned in the forest. They were able to find their way back home before being abandoned again. A prince reunites. A prince finds the children and takes them to the palace and reunites them with their father, and the prince punishes the stepmother for abandoning their children. Version 3, Similarities and Differences. Similarities: children were abandoned in the forest. There was a stepmother. The children found their way back home. Differences: there was no house in the woods. There was no witch. There was a prince who found and helped the children. Morals of Hansel and Gretel. Moral 1, good will avenge evil. The kids tricked the witch and found her way back home. Moral 2, don't trust strangers. The witch was evil and the kids trusted her. Moral 3, don't leave without a map. The kids left home and got lost. The reason I chose Hansel and Gretel was because of my grandma's dog. His name's Bailey, and I call him Hansel and Gretel.